Welcome to the Young Pro Show. My name is David, and today we have a special guest here with us today. Her name is Abby. She just recently launched her own fitness training company, which is really, really exciting. She's an entrepreneur, and I listened to her story the other day, and she is one of the most inspiring women that I've ever talked to. So we're super excited to have her on the show today. Abby, why don't you start off by just telling the audience a little bit about yourself, what your story is, and what brings you here today?
So I'm a student with Algonquin College. I'm in fitness and health promotion. I'm working on my business, which is called Changing Lenses. I work on the focal point, my focal point of fitness is the mindset and motivation and habit. That's basically my business.
Okay, cool. And what got you into, how come you started a fitness company in the first place?
Fitness has always been my passion. Since I was young, I've always loved sports and working out sort of thing.
Okay.
So that passion has always been there. And then just helping others in that as well.
Okay, and you said that a big part of it is motivation and mindset.
Yeah.
So why is mindset important when you're training?
I believe that the mindset is the biggest aspect in reaching any of your fitness goals, let alone any goals. But without your mindset strong, I personally don't believe you're going to reach your fitness goals. So that's why I want that reach before you can even reach your fitness goals or even strive for them.
Right, because if your mindset's not in the right place, chances are you're not even going to believe that you can make it happen, and chances are you're going to give up before you do reach your goal.
Exactly.
Have you always been interested in the mindset, interested in helping develop people's mind or develop people's bodies? Has it always been something you've been passionate about?
Definitely. Since I was a kid, I've always had like a very strong mindset. I didn't have the greatest. Everybody has problems and speed bumps. But when I was a kid, when I experienced them, they never brought me down because of how strong my mindset was. And then I experienced a few things that actually did bring down my mindset, but I got it right back up. And it just shows that like when you have your mindset down, that those little things aren't really that, like, they can be viewed completely different, you know?
Wow, cool. So, do you think that for every successful person, for every person who is, going out and wanting to chase their dreams, do you think that it starts first with the mind?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and how do you sort of, in your business and when you're helping other people, how do you help them develop their mindset?
So my package is about working out every day, which I know seems like a lot, but this is about ingraining a new habit. Habit is hard for people to ingrain. Same with the intrinsic motivation. So if you don't have choice to pick Wednesday, Friday, and Sunday to work out, it's going to become a new pattern in you, and then you're going to learn these new motivators within yourself. So you're just going to learn these new behaviors.
Wow, that's really cool. So I think a lot of it, I mean, we hear this all the time, how you have to develop new habits, how you have to, ingrain this stuff into your brain. We were talking to some about the amount of days that it takes to actually make a habit. How many was that?
Some places like Good Life do 21 days,
Okay.
and then it does range to about 60 days. My programs are going to be 66 days because I want to enforce that habit. Like you're not going to finish my program without a new habit formed.
Cool. So you're saying that if I work out consistently, if I do something consistently for 21 days, then I will have that habit ingrained in me, and it won't be hard for me to keep going after that?
So 21 days is if you are perfect. The
Okay,
thing is that
alright.
not everybody's perfect. I'm one to say so. So that's why I incorporate 3 phases throughout my program so that there's room for people to fall, but they're going to get back up, and I'm going to consult with them and say, well, what happened? Why did you fall? And then we're going to make sure that doesn't happen.
Wow, cool. So, Abby, you were telling us how when you were younger, you had to deal with hardships and that there were struggles and speed bumps along the way, just like everybody, that you had to overcome. Do you think that that's part of the reason why you feel like you want to help so many people, because you went through that and because you were at that point?
Definitely. I think everybody has something in their life that we can't control what happens in our life, but we can control how we view it, sort of thing. So if you can control how you view it, your success rate is going to be significantly higher.
I love that so much. There may be things that, keep happening in your life, and we're never going to know. We're never going to have it all figured out, but we can always choose how we respond to the situation.
Exactly.
Wow, cool. So do you, throughout your day, say a challenge comes at you and you have to overcome it, what is your mindset right now at that challenge?
I love looking at things as learning obstacles.
Okay.
So anything that happens, it's just like, great, I can learn from this.
I like that. So you either, I think I heard a quote somewhere that you either win or you learn.
Exactly.
There's never
There's
in
no
between.
losing.
Wow, that's awesome. I really like that. And is that something that you try to teach people that you are training, that there is, even if they fail, that's just one step closer to their success?
100%. For example, my clients, with their diet, if they're given a calorie number and they mess up for one day, they'll come to me and they'll say, I'm so disappointed in myself. And I ask them why. I'm like, now you know that this happened when you ate with your friends. So now you can make sure you go and do these steps so that doesn't happen, It was a big learning experience.
Wow, that's awesome. So do you find that you have a lot of clients that originally have the mentality that failure is a bad thing?
Definitely.
Okay, why do you think that is?
I think just a lot of people have it, so it's accepted. And it's like, if so many people have it, they want to fit in,
And they don't do anything about it.
Exactly.
And that's where people like you come in to help them do
Yes.
that. I think a huge part of it too is the fact that we're grown up, within the education system, and we're always kind of taught that failure is a bad thing. If we get a bad grade on our exam, well, we fail, then we have to go back. We're never really taught that if we fail, that means we're one step closer to success.
Yeah.
So that's awesome, Abby. Where do you see yourself going from here? I mean, what's your big vision for yourself and your future?
I want to help people grow in so much more than just fitness. So this is only going to be a stepping stone when they develop the mindset that I'll be teaching them. No matter what goal they have in life, they'll be able to attain it after they've learned these skills.
Okay, so you're really passionate about helping others. I like that. That's a selfless mission that you have there, Abby.
Yes.
Cool. Well, what about for the person that is watching that may be stuck in that failure mindset, that may be stuck thinking that they may not be able to do what they want to do, and they're afraid of failure along the way? What could you tell them in their position right now that could help them kind of get over that failure mentality and start thinking with a success mentality?
To practice it, it's a new thing, so it takes a lot of practice. For me, for example, every morning I practice. I spend about an hour to 2 every single morning, and whether it's reading successful people's stories or listening to certain videos and stuff, I'll do that. So it trains my brain. I block out negativity, so I've had negative people in my life, and it brings you down with them. So that's another important thing.
So creating a positive force field around yourself.
Law of attraction, right?
I love that. That's what we're trying to do around here. There's only positive shield around us here at the Young Pro Show.
Exactly.
That's awesome, Abby. You said you read? Do you read often?
Yes, for sure I read. But I more so read people's stories because that's what motivates me.
Okay, so what kind of stories have you read that have you really inspired you?
I like Oprah's story. I like any people who have had hard times and have learned from it and gotten far.
Okay.
No matter how far it is, it's just fell down and got back up.
Right. Do you think it's important to listen to the people who have already done it?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah, for sure.
Okay, cool. And so if you could recommend a book to the audience, somebody who wants to get some inspiration, maybe aren't used to, reading personal development books or reading motivational books, what book would you recommend to the viewers?
A really good book is The Ultra Mindset.
Okay.
And that is by Travis Macy, I believe.
Okay, and yeah. I assume by the title it's about mastering your mind and mastering your mindset?
Exactly.
Does he have any interesting things that he talks about that made it stick with you?
if, just the things that he talks about is just that honestly anything you set your mind to, you are going to accomplish. If you want it bad enough and you train your mind, it's yours, sort of thing.
Okay, cool. Do you think that there's ever a dream too big?
No.
No, never?
No, not at all.
Wow, okay. So for the people that are watching that are, maybe younger, that may be thinking about their dream and might think that they're not going to be able to kind of get to that point, at least right now. I know there's a lot of people that are in colleges and universities that kind of think, well, maybe I should wait until I'm done school in order to make it happen. Now, you're in college right now, correct?
Yeah.
And you just launched your own business.
Yes.
And you currently already have clients.
Yeah.
So you're already making it happen. You didn't wait until you were done college in order to make it happen. So would you recommend to the people that they start now? And why would you recommend start now than later?
100% I'd recommend to start now. If it's something you're passionate about, it's in you. You have that drive already. Go do it. I don't like the word can't either. You can always find a way, no matter what it is. Just research it, do what you have to do to get that done if it's that important to you.
Did you expect that you would be here right now doing everything that you're doing? Let's look at your life maybe like 3-4 years ago. And I don't know, where were you 3-4 years ago?
3-4 years ago, I was in res, and that was actually the time I didn't have, that was my first year of college. I actually didn't have the mindset I had now.
Wow.
So no, I would not see myself here.
So what has changed from that point 3-4 years ago when your mindset wasn't developed compared to now when you're looking at your life?
I started doing a lot of self-practicing, mindset practicing. It was actually one of my psychology teachers that got me really into that practice. And from there on out, I started finding my purpose, finding my strengths, finding my weaknesses, and going from there.
When you say practices, what do you mean?
Honestly, almost every day I ask myself certain questions, practice certain things,
What are the type of questions that you ask yourself?
Things that I like, things that I don't like, what are my strengths, what are my weaknesses, what are 3 things that are super important to me, like my triangle sort of thing, where I want to put my energy into.
Wow, I think that's really, really important for the people that are watching right now, because you're constantly reminding yourself every day about what it is that you want in your life and what it is that you don't want in your life. And you're constantly setting your mind in focus to the direction that you want to be. And I think that's really important for the people that are watching, that you need to keep reminding yourself of what you want to do, of if you're on the right track. And I like something that Steve Jobs said, that he would look himself in the mirror every single day and ask himself, if today were my last day, would I want to be living the day that I'm living today? And
Yes.
I think that's super, super important in order to do. So could you, if I were to ask you that question, if today was your last day, would you be happy doing what you are doing maybe now for the rest of the day?
100%.
Yeah,
If I had
okay.
$1 million, I'd still be here.
Awesome, that's amazing. So, Abby, what? I know I did already ask you, what is really next for you, but do you see this fitness company that you're currently running? Do you see it taking off? Do you see yourself having a team of other people that are working with you? Do you kind of want to keep it, just to a few people, or what's your direction with that?
The direction is definitely quality. If quality stays, because that's my number one priority, then I can get a few more people that are like-minded that can bring more to the team. But other than that, just as long as my focus stays there.
Okay, and it seems as though since you keep reminding yourself every day, your focus isn't going anywhere.
As long as it's going in the positive direction.
Right, of course.
Yes.
Of course. That's awesome, Abby. Well, closing things out here, what are 3 tips that you can give to the viewers right now that are watching, that are looking at you and that are saying, wow, Abby, you're doing amazing things, you started your own company, you're in college, but might be afraid to take the next step? What tips could you give to them?
Find what's important to you. Again, like I said earlier, the negative people or people that bring you down, don't believe in what you want to do sort of thing, get them out of your life, because they're not going to help you with your goals, and nobody's going to do stuff for you, you know? If you have a dream, if you have a goal, you have to do it. You're the only one in control of your life. And the last thing is just consistency. If you are dedicating yourself to something, just get up and do it. It doesn't have to be perfect every day, but as long as you're putting the work in, you know, that's all that matters.
Wow. Okay. I think you said something right there that I want to touch on, and as you said that it doesn't matter if it's not perfect every single day.
Yes.
You know, it doesn't matter if you're not 100% today, because if you do 1% enough times, you're going to get 100%.
Exactly.
So just stay consistent, guys, and you will make it happen, I promise you. If you do those little things every single day, Abby's experienced it with her life right now, and when 3-4 years ago you weren't where you want to be, and now you're looking at your life with a mindset of a champion, and you're taking, you know, the whole world by storm with your company. Abby, I want to ask you, is there anybody that you know right now that you think would be valuable to have on the show, and why?
Yeah, my friend Arthur would definitely be valuable to your show. He has a great mindset, if not better than mine, to be completely honest. Just being around him, his energy is super good, super strong. He's very optimistic, very driven in what he does, so he would bring great energy to the show.
Okay, well, hopefully we can bring Arthur on the show, and we'll interview him for some great content. Well, Abby, is there any last words that you want to share with the viewers today?
Just do what you love, you know? Find passion, find purpose.
Okay, you heard it here. Find passion, find purpose, do what you love. Abby, thank you so much for coming on the show today. It was absolutely amazing to have you here, and hopefully we could have you on the show soon.
Thank you.
Okay, guys, so remember to subscribe to us on YouTube, follow us on Instagram, like us on Facebook, and thank you for tuning in to The Young Pro Show.